Finally. Oh my god. I feel like we've been waiting for just some sort of information about Grand Theft Auto 6 for a very long time. And now we finally have it, and I'm pretty excited. Honestly, the things I've been hearing about it. Well, okay. Let's just dive right in. Before we do, of course, please do like the video. It really does help. And subscribe if you enjoy the video. So, what was revealed to us? Well, first of all, this is going to, for some reason, cause a stir on the internet. But there's a female character. Ooh. Cool. Another perspective. That's great. Honestly, with GTA 5, I was worried about having multiple characters, but after seeing how they wrote the story and how all of those different perspectives and interesting personalities work together and how you use them in missions and how they talk to each other, I'm looking forward to another perspective. That's all it is. I'm excited for it. Sounds great. Awesome. It's in Miami. That's cool. Going back to Miami, another Vice City game. It's great, and supposedly the world already has more interior locations than before, which is massive to me because it's one thing to have a big sprawling environment, but if you can't go in anywhere, who cares? And I felt like in Grand Theft Auto 5, there were not enough places you could go into. It felt like, I could be wrong, but it felt like Grand Theft Auto 4 had more places because there were lots of different fast food restaurants and just random places you could go into, like hospitals. There were just different places you could go, even online, and interact with, and it was fun. I liked it. It was something that needed to be more fleshed out in Grand Theft Auto 5, but it feels like they didn't. It's like a giant missed opportunity. Don't know why they didn't do that. Yes, there were quite a few places you could go inside to, but they were mostly instanced places that you had to pay money for, whereas in Grand Theft Auto 4, if I remember correctly, there was no loading screen in between going into most of those buildings. You just were in there now, which was awesome. And something that's also crazy is that not only is it going to be bigger in terms of interior locations, but they're going to add new cities over time. Now, I don't know if they mean cities that are in Florida or if they mean just random cities that like your character can fly to or what. I have no idea, but honestly, that's exciting. I like the fact that they're going to add more, and I would be worried. Okay, for most game development companies, I would be worried if they said, oh, but we're going to be adding new things over time. We're going to be adding new cities over time. We're going to do content over time. Because you get a little live servicey there, and a lot of games will release with a lack of content, as we've seen recently with Halo Infinite and plenty of other games. The Mario sports games, where they just don't come out with everything at once, and you have to wait, and you just don't have enough content there. I don't think we're going to see that with Grand Theft Auto 6, so I am excited to hear that they're going to be adding more content. Now, I'm hoping... Okay, I'll get to my hopes later. I'll get to my predictions later. Let's just continue talking about what we know. The working title is Project Americas, which... Interesting. Again, does that imply that we're going to be flying to different places? They introduced that kind of idea in Grand Theft Auto 5 by having you be able to go to a different island. So maybe we're going to see an even bigger version of that? I don't know. I think that'd be really cool, and I hope to see it. Now, before I get back to the game and talk about what I hope to see and compound on what we know and try to spin that into what we could see in the future of this game, I want to talk about how Rockstar has changed since 2018, because to me that's important. I've always been talking about how the game industry needs to change. They need to stop crunch time. They need to treat their employees better. I mean, everybody should be for that, right? We want the people that make these games, these things that bring us enjoyment, to enjoy making these things, you know? And now it seems like that could be going on at Rockstar. It sounds like they really did change, and now they're a better company. So Rockstar has hired more people to help avoid crunch time, which is massive. I've always said that. You make so much money. Why don't you just hire more people? And finally, they're doing it. They're removing abusive employees, unlike Ubisoft. Thank God, because it was so sad to continue to see Ubisoft as well as Activision Blizzard just keep these abusive pieces of shit on board. And Rockstar, of all companies, getting rid of these people is amazing, because if you guys don't remember, again, not only were they continuing to do crunch time repeatedly to their employees, to the point that I believe the Max Payne developers' wives wrote in like demands because they never saw their husbands. They were just cracking under the pressure. I mean, you shouldn't have to have your loved ones write a letter to your boss to make sure that you have a decent work-life balance. Like, they should just be able to be better managers, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be managing the time correctly and the workforce correctly so that that doesn't happen. If you have crunch time, it means you are a failure of a manager because you're not doing your job correctly. You're supposed to be managing. You're supposed to be making sure that everything is getting done with the people that you have working. If you don't have enough people, you need to hire more people. It's that simple. They did that. They've converted contractors to full-time employees. That's amazing. So many companies rely way too heavily on contractors because it's so sad. Even teachers, hospitals, like everything you can think of, most of Microsoft is just contractors. And that means that they don't have to pay these people as much. And it's just overall a bad thing for the people that are working there. They work there, but they're not really a part of the team. They're just a contractor. They have this, I think I'm here for next year as well. I don't know. I hope so. I just signed a year contract. Sometimes they're a bit longer, but still, you're just signing this a block of time is how long I'm going to be here. Whereas if you're a full-time employee, you can be completely invested in the company that you work for. So that's great. And I'm sure they're getting better benefits being a part of the actual Rockstar team. Speaking of health benefits, there are new mental health and leave benefits, which is phenomenal because, again, that's another thing that was going on at Rockstar. People were cracking under the pressure, and like I said, crunch was everywhere in causing people to lose their minds. And now they're trying to fix that, and that's great. So they're more flexible, they're paying people more, they're hiring people. This is what companies should do. Companies should look inwardly, figure out what they're doing wrong, and fix it. So many other companies haven't done this, and I'm hoping that Grand Theft Auto 6 still does well so that all the other companies have zero excuses as to why they can't do it too. The fact that Rockstar is setting an example for other companies is crazy. Again, it had a lot of the same issues that Activision Blizzard had, and the fact that all of that rampant bad behavior is not only being scaled back, but just completely cut out and removed, that's amazing. But let's go back to Grand Theft Auto 6. What do I hope to see in that game, considering what we know already? Now, again, it's nice that they're adding new cities. It's nice that they're adding new content, but I'm hoping that we get multiplayer at launch. I'm assuming they would, considering how much money they made on Grand Theft Auto 5's multiplayer. It's one of the most profitable pieces of media ever made. That's insane. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing that. I sincerely doubt that you're going to be able to transfer anything from Grand Theft Auto 5. So sorry, everybody that has every single car, every single airplane, and $1 billion in the bank. You're going to have to probably start again because they want to make that money again. And honestly, I can't really be mad. It's a completely different game, and Grand Theft Auto's been around for so freaking long. It's not like FIFA or any of these other games where you dump in a ton of money, you play it for a year, and you lose everything when the new game comes out. Call of Duty's the same way. All those yearly releases where you dump in a bunch of money, you get your cool looking character, and now nobody cares, and you can't actually unlock new things, and the developers have moved on. Grand Theft Auto 5 was milked to death. Now, it's great that they supported it for that long, but man, we've been waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6 for such a long time that I'm happy to see something new, and I'm fine with starting over. Something I'm a little bit worried about when it comes to the new game is the fact that they're going to try to tone down the jokes, which, I get it. A lot of people don't like offensive jokes, but guess what? That's what Grand Theft Auto was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a satire on everything. It's not like they only picked one or two targets. They attacked everything, and I love that. I love when comedy and satire attack everything equally, and that was wonderful. So the fact that they're gonna tone that down, I don't know. I'm hoping that it's still funny. I'm hoping that it's still poignant, and I'm hoping that it is still a really hard look at the world around us. But man, I don't know. I hope they don't pull any punches. That's something that I'm a little bit worried about. Something that wasn't announced was when this game's even coming out. And that's a little worrisome. Like, I don't want them to rush it. Believe me. Take your time. Take all the time you need. But like a general idea would be really cool, you know? So I'm not just like, oh yeah, 2026. I can't wait to play Grand Theft Auto 6. Another thing I'm hoping for with Grand Theft Auto 6 is that they bring in some of that classic music from Vice City and have like a Vice City radio. Do something like that, you know, maybe make some references to the other characters in Vice City. I know it doesn't take place in that point of time, it's gonna be a modern day setting, but it would be nice if there was some sort of throwback to the old characters. I'm sure they will do it. I'm sure they'll do it because they've done that in Grand Theft Auto 5 to 4, and there are some different references from 4 to other games, so I'm sure we're gonna at least get some references. But man, Vice City is just a classic. Something that's random that I hope they do more of, that I feel like no one's really going to care but me, but I would like to see more of those arcade mini games in Grand Theft Auto. I mean, it seems to be a tradition at this point after Grand Theft Auto 4, but I just want to see more of them because they're always fun. I also would love to see businesses done in a different way. That's something I really, really want to see, because businesses in Grand Theft Auto Online are so grindy. They're not fun. They're just genuinely not fun. You basically do it just to make the money. Doing it a couple times, you know, it's kind of fun, but most of them feel like they're geared towards just being a grind because they want you to just spend money on shark cards. And I get that. They need to make money, but you're going to make money regardless. Please, make them fun activities, not go get this, bring it back, go get that, bring it back over and over and over to replenish the thing and then deliver the thing while people are trying to blow you up online. Do something a little bit different because that got old really quick and it was just not fun. One last thing, I'm sure I'll have more things in the future that I would love to see with Grand Theft Auto 6 is single player expansions. I don't want just a mission here and there. I want full-on expansions like what we saw with Grand Theft Auto 4, because that was just so much content, so many new things, and they were great. They were so much fun. Some people would argue that it was better than the main game itself for some of these expansions. I miss it. I miss getting that single-player content. We didn't see it in Red Dead Redemption 2. We didn't see it in Grand Theft Auto 5. But Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto 4, those massive expansions, those massive single-player DLCs, I want to see those again. Because we get to know these characters. We want to play the game by ourselves. We don't always want to be online. So please, give us something that we can play. So let me know what you guys think about all this news, what you guys hope to see in the game. Of course, please do leave a like and subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.